大家好，希望你们一切都好。Hi everyone, GVG here. So as you know, I'm still on holiday. I'm still not in my room, not in my setup or anything as such. So I just wanted to let you guys know that this video will be particularly just reacting to Black Myth Wukong video, which IGN uploaded a few days ago, which I completely missed, by the way, because I've been traveling. I just came back from LA and then I went straight back to family holidays and then work, some modeling jobs and acting jobs that I've been having, and I just not had any time to actually let you guys know what's going on. So here's what we got planned for the future of the channel, like content-wise. So for the time being, as you know, Elden Ring DLC, Shadow of Earth Tree is coming out. So I'll be doing that. We'll be streaming that on Twitch and uploading all the clips and everything on YouTube, okay? So all the highlights like I've been doing for the last few days. I hope you guys enjoying that type of uniqueness. I think it's kind of brings some new style to the channel. I think it's worth doing. And as I finish that, I will be doing some Sekiro and finishing it, because I actually never finished my gameplay, my playthrough. And some people may have challenged me to do it and finish it, because I know it's might not be as hard as Elden Ring, because obviously it's faster paced and I like that. But it's still challenging though. It's still a challenging game, and I just wanted to do it for the fans, you know? And then as we finish that, we're gonna go straight into Black Myth Wukong. And by the time that releases, content overload on Black Myth Wukong will be crazy, because August, September, and when October arrives, as you know, Sparking Zero will be coming out. I'll be pretty busy with that game as well. So I'll be doing Black Myth Wukong and Sparking Zero all the way through until Star Wars Outlaws comes out, and then I'll add that to the channel as well. And then Assassin's Creed Shadows. All right. I feel like, yeah, Shadow of Erdtree and Assassin's Creed Shadow. Bro, why is everyone using shadows in their titles, man? What's going on? But yeah, today, Black Myth Wukong. Let me react to this video that I completely missed. Some new mechanics, new gameplay, or anything as such that I missed. But yeah, man, thank you so much. I'll see you guys shortly. I'll be back on Monday, but I'll try and get some videos out as I'm still here. Even if it's just reaction videos or short videos, okay? Thank you so much for watching, man. Appreciate you.
The list of impressive-looking Souls-like games on the horizon is long, with games like Phantom Blade Zero, Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn, and Wukong: Fallen Feathers all having solid showings this summer event season. But there's always been something extra special about Black Myth Wukong. It's stunningly gorgeous. The animations are incredibly fluid, it's steeped in rich Chinese culture, and there's just something immensely satisfying about playing as a Monkey King, beating up all sorts of mythical creatures with a giant extendable staff. While this isn't the first time IGN has gone hands-on with the game, it is my own personal first time with it, and after 2 hours of playtime with the opening chapter, I somehow walked away even more excited for its August 20th release. IGN China has already done an extensive preview on what Wukong plays like on a late game build, with many techniques, stances, and transformations.
So we gotta check out IGN China.
Which is great because my 2 hours covered pretty much the very start of the game. The first thing that I noticed as I started playing was how fluid and fast Wukong feels to control. Many Souls-likes are built on a foundation of slower and more methodical combat, but Wukong feels exceptionally quick and agile. From the beginning, there's actually no block button. Wukong can twirl his staff to block projectiles, but as far as melee attacks...
Quick pause. Apparently, the devs have confirmed that this game is not a Souls game, and it's not supposed to be played like a Souls game. You're supposed to play this aggressively, however you so please, actually. Not just aggressively, but however you please, because it's not a Souls game. You're not restricted in movement and attacks and things as such. So you're meant to have fun on this one, okay, guys? Do not go by what he's saying. Go by how you feel like playing. Like I said before, certain games will allow you to express yourselves in a way that people might not be very acquainted with it. You know, like for the way I play, I like to play with combos and super aggressive. And you don't have to, but certain games allow you to do this. And which is what I'm gonna try and implement in Black Myth Wukong. I wanna go hyper aggressive and just constantly attack my enemy and be on their ass. Not allowing them to breathe whatsoever. And even when they attack, I'm just going to dodge everything and counter. And you know what I mean? That's the style I'm going to go for. I'm going to see if I can push the combat mechanics as far and as much as possible. I'm sorry for pausing, but I just wanted to explain exactly what's actually going on. I even saw this on Twitter, like a lot of people saying, the devs have confirmed this game is not a Souls game. You're meant to play this however you please. You're not restricted. In other words, you are not restricted. Okay, let's go.
As far as melee attacks go, everything must be dodged. To that end, there's a Bayonetta-style dodge system where you can dodge up to 3 times very quickly, but after the third one, you're punished with a lengthy recovery time to try and curb people from just mindlessly mashing the dodge button. Perfectly timed dodges will reward you with extra
Can't dodge forever. You can dodge up to
focus
3
bars
times.
Filled, you get a focus point that allows you to chain a strong attack into your light combo string.
Gotta be careful with that, otherwise you will get vulnerable after the third
points can
dodge.
also be spent
Can't just mindlessly mash dodge all the time.
Skill tree, which we'll get to a bit later.
What was that ability?
Also has access to a number of spells that consume his mana. I only really got to play around with the Immobilize spell, which, as you can imagine, stops an enemy in their tracks and allows you to sneak in a few hits before the spell's effect wears off. Stronger enemies, and especially bosses, are affected by the spell much less, and sometimes they were able to shrug it off entirely. Even at just an early stage, combat was a fun dance of actively looking for opportunities to avoid enemy attacks and find openings, keeping an eye on my focus meter so that I can use a damaging heavy attack whenever I had the chance, while also managing my mana and cooldown for my Immobilize spell. Eventually, I got my first transformation, which turns
Whoa, that was dope.
Beast, with much stronger attacks and a hugely damaging super attack that he can use out of a dodge if he manages to build up a focus point. One of his moves in this transformation is a lightning fast
I feel like I
dash
made a
attack
mistake.
that made me feel
I
like
should have
I
screen
basically
recorded
turned
this so
into the
that I
boss
knew
that I got
exactly
the
when to pause,
transformation
but
from. Later on, I added another tool to my repertoire, the Tower Stance, which swapped out my chargeable overhead strong attack for the ability to stand on my staff and avoid damage on the ground as long as my stamina held out. If I managed to stay on the staff long enough for a focus point to charge, I could spend it to leap off the staff, flip it around, and come crashing down with a powerful strike that felt incredibly cool to pull off.
Wow.
These stances, along with my general combat abilities, could all be upgraded through a level up system that works a lot like Sekiro's. As you defeat enemies, you'll gain will, which builds up a bar on the top right of the screen. When the bar is full, you gain a spark, which can be used to purchase upgrades from one of your various skill trees. Once you fill the bar and bank a point, you can't lose it. You can even add that point wherever you want, not just at a shrine, which serves as Wukong's version of a bonfire-like checkpoint. However, if you die before you manage to fill the bar, a portion of that experience will be lost in typical Souls-like fashion. Don't let that trick you into thinking that Wukong is an easy game though, because it certainly is not. Enemies are aggressive, bosses are relentless, and even more so in their second phases, and you only have a scant few restorative potions to
I like that dash. It's an ability that puts you into this phantom mode. I like that dash a lot.
Fortunately, you can tell
I don't like rolling so much.
So you can come back to him much later down the road once you've upgraded.
You won't roll
your
if you get a
gear
perfect
and
dodge, which is
points
fine,
with your
but
skill trees.
you will
And
roll
speaking
if you
of
just
gear,
mash
I didn't manage
circle.
to find all that much,
just mash.
but I did find
Try to
enough to
dodge
at least know
without
that there are
an
sets
attack.
of armor that grant extra bonuses for wearing multiple pieces of gear from that set. The levels themselves were fairly linear with a couple of branching points that led to some sort of treasure or item pickup. The real star of the show, though, were the boss battles. Even in just 2 hours, I fought against a wide variety of bosses. From a speedy wolf boss that I snagged my first transformation
That boss is
from,
sick. The one with
to
the
a
staff.
mule-kicking frog in human clothes,
Frog?
to an extremely difficult 2-phase battle against a snake man. All in all, I greatly enjoyed my time with Black Myth Wukong. Even in just 2 hours of playtime, I felt like I got to experience a lot of
That was
combat
too short.
progression,
I need
and
more.
I'm excited to see how things
That
will
was too
continue to
short.
evolve as the game goes on. We won't have to wait
That was
much
too
longer
short.
to see how the full
We
game
definitely need
shakes
to check
out.
IGN
Black
China,
Myth
guys.
Wukong releases
I
on
promise you,
PC
I will.
and PlayStation 5.
I will literally upload that tomorrow. I need to go on IGN China and just, yeah, that was too short. We need more. All right, guys, see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.